Hey, this is Mike Durr, Kingwood Mortgage Guy, and listen, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over this situation I had just happen a couple times just in the last couple of weeks, and it revolved around some buyers that had come to me and gotten pre-qualified after they'd gone to their builder. And what ended up happening on both of these, that the people chose to do business with me on helping them with the financing on this build property. But the result of that turned out that the builder came back at the end and made them an offer that was, they just weren't able to refuse it. So I wanted to kind of go over this and kind of lay out how it kind of went down. So the name of this one is Buying a New Built Home or a New Build, and 4 steps to saving big money. And the 4 steps that I'm going to give you encourage you to do some things that I think are going to be helpful to you. They'll make sense, and you might not have thought of them. But also you're going to discover some things that builders don't want you to know. And this is kind of inside information, so I just wanted to kind of be very transparent with you and share this, and you'll see why when I say that. First thing, again, my name is Mike Durr. I call myself the Kingwood Mortgage Guy. We live in Kingwood. We work in Kingwood. We are licensed in the state of Texas. And, of course, we do loans all over the Houston metro area. And I've listed the Woodland, Spring, Conroe, Tomball, League City, Cypress, Pearland, Katy, Sugarland, Humboldt, Houston, Pasadena, Baytown. And we do business in all areas. As a matter of fact, we're doing some deals in Cleveland right now. I've done them in San Antonio. I've done them in Dallas. So just wanted you to be aware of that. Again, our website is kingwoodmortgageguys.com, and the phone number you can reach me is 281-348-9899, and then my email's on there, and my NMLS is on there also. So let's get into it. I'm going to share with you what we're going to cover. The first thing we're going to cover is when going to a builder, do this, and I'm going to tell you what I think you should do. Builders have lenders, so be ready and be prepared and beware. So I want you to do that. I want you to get the quote from the builder, and I want you to take it to a broker. And you know what? When I put that into what we're going to cover, that's really not what I want you to do. I want you, after you get your quote from the builder, what I want you to do is I want you to go to a broker and get another quote. And I'll explain that in a minute. And then take the broker's quote back to the builder's lender, and that's where kind of some of the magic happens. Okay, so that's what we're going to cover. Hopefully that'll be helpful to you. So here's what you must do when you go to a builder your first time, or at least you need to mention the name that you've got a realtor. But I insist, I encourage you in the most strong fashion that when you go to the builder, you have a realtor with you. And the reason I want you to do that is the realtor represents you, and really the truth is you don't really pay the realtor when you're buying a house. The realtor is paid by the seller. And here's a real important thing is the builder salesperson works and represents the builder. They don't represent you. They're not there to be your friend or to help you out. They're there to help sell you the builder's product at the highest price they possibly can. The agent will help you, your agent, your realtor, will help you with negotiate price. They'll help you with the bonuses. They could even possibly help you with the financing on the deal. Not so just kind of being your advocate and kind of a concierge person there that knows a lot of this stuff, assuming that you get an experienced realtor, and I encourage you to do that. And then the agent can also help you while you're with the builder's lender. So I said that. Okay, so emphatically take a realtor with you when you go to the builder. An unfair depiction of what the builder rep looks like, but this is what it's really about. I mean, the reason that builders have lenders is because they make money on this. And a lot of times what they do is they think because they add goodies to the house, it could be upgrades. You might be able to upgrade from hardwood floors to carpet, or carpet to hardwood floors, or whatever. They're going to give you some stuff if you do business with their lender, and they do that because they make money. And so here's kind of a critical point. The builder's lender generally is not very competitive. Usually his rate is going to be higher and his fees are going to be higher. What they end up doing is they kind of build up their fees, and then they give you discounts on those built up fees. And because they give you goodies, they feel that they don't really have to be competitive. So ask, the critical question is you want to ask if the goodies that they give you, the bonuses, the money, the this, that, and that, is available to them if they find a lender that is more competitive. And an honest builder will give you the goodies because they're there to sell a house. They're not, even though they're trying to sell you the mortgage too, but they want to sell the mortgage at a disadvantage to you. Okay, so let me just look at this. Yeah, because they give you goodies, they don't feel like they have to be very competitive. That's kind of the key part of that one. And then what I'm going to suggest to you, after you go and get the quote from the builder, what I want you to do is I want you to go to a wholesale mortgage broker like myself and get a quote. Now, this is a key part, is I'm not going to encourage you to take the builder's quote to the wholesale mortgage broker. I mean, you can take it with you, but I don't want you to show it to them right away. I want you to go in there and say, look, I want you to give me your best quote. I am shopping around, and I'm comparing you with some other people. And it could be the builder, it could be some things that they're offering us, but I want you to give me your best quote. And the reason I do that is because you should be dealing with people that are transparent enough that are going to give you their best quote on the first time. And if you give them that builder's quote, a lot of times they'll just be a little bit less than that builder's quote, and that's not really what we're trying to do in this scenario. We're trying to help you. Okay? So as for homeowner, don't show, yeah, that's what I really think that that's a good thing. So after we do that, we're going to get the quote. The quote you get from the wholesale mortgage broker should be dramatically different. I mean, shouldn't be just a little bit different. It should be a lot different. There's a few questions that you need to ask, though. A lot of times builders are kind of savvy to this thing, what we're going to do. And so they'll give you a rate, but they'll tell you something like, but we won't lock the rate until 30 days before the closing. And you got to be a little wary about that, because in most cases, particularly when you're in that 45 to 50 days out from the time that you think the house is going to be ready and you're going to close, that you can lock them. And there's no reason why they wouldn't lock at that point unless they're kind of not really going to give you the rate that they're talking about. So I just want you to be careful about that. Okay, so here's what we do now. We're going to compare. We're going to take the wholesale mortgage broker's quote back to the builder's lender, and we're going to determine if the broker's quote is better, obviously, considering goodies. And this is where there's something that we can do, is we can do an analysis on what is the best for you over the long term. Now, there's two questions that we have here, but let me finish with the slide. If broker's quote is better, take this to the builder's lender and ask them to match it and still include the goodies they offered. Okay, so as a buyer buying this builder's home, you're going to get the best of both worlds, and that's what we want for you. In most cases, the builder's lender will match the broker's quote, and you will get the rate, the freebies, and all the lower fees and stuff that you have got there, at least the lower rate. And that's what you want. I mean, we're talking about, this is a tactic that you will save tons of money. And there's no reason not to do this. So what's most important, here's what really it comes down to, is the way that the builders operate is they want to get you into this property with the least amount of money out of your pocket. Even though the financing may be high and the cost of the house may be high or whatever, they figure they've got you if you need to get in this property with the least number of dollars out of your pocket. And the truth is, that's probably 50% of the people that are buying new houses want to do it that way. They want to get in for as little as they possibly can. But and it'll show up if that's the way if that's your most important thing. But then there are a whole group of other people that they're not that short on cash, and the deal that they take, they're looking for the long-term better deal. So the money over time is just as important or more important to them than just the money that they do at the thing. And so if you're looking for saving money over the long term, we'll be able to tell which option is the best. Okay, so this is what we've done. We basically got a quote from the builder, and we want to get a good quote, a quote that I tell people to ask for a rate that you can close and lock me in 30 to 45 days. Pick one, 30 days, 45 days. what's your rate to lock for that period of time. And then you go to the broker, and the wholesale mortgage broker, I might add, and do the same thing all over again. And you say, look, I want a quote, I'm shopping, give me your best rate, and I want to compare. And then you take that broker's quote back to the builder to see if you can get them to match it and keep all the goodies. Now, if they say that they'll give you the goodies, even if you do get a different mortgage company, that's a win. And that's a builder that's actually has your best interest at heart. And that's what I want. Okay. So we want to be your wholesale mortgage option. I want you to bring those to me. I'm going to tell you that we are very aggressive. Our rates are very good. We're glad to walk you through the whole home loan process. There's a couple specific things that you want to know about buying a new home. We'll do an analysis to see which is the best program for you, whether it's FHA, whether it's conventional, whether it's the builder's program, and to compare. We also will be able to guide you on how to improve your credit. And the reason I say even bring that up is a lot of these guys don't do this, but the credit is a direct factor on what's going to allow you to get the best rate. The higher credit, the better interest rate that you're going to get. We'll make you a real solid wholesale offer based on closing within 30 to 45 days, a loan that we could lock and close within that time period, and you'll walk out with that. And then by comparing, you're guaranteed to get the best deal. I mean, you're going to see the two different options. So that's what this is about. I wanted you to look at that. I thought it was kind of important. And in the two cases that I talked to, those are case studies that I can very specifically tell you about. And one of them just happened recently. Another one happened about 6 months ago. Again, I'm Mike Durr, Kingwood Mortgage Guy. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. If you're getting ready to buy a new build home, I think this is critical. If you're not, but you know somebody it is, I want you to share this video with them. Look forward to talking to you. Stay tuned and check out the Kingwood Mortgage Guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.